Hey,
I love your fucking shirt, dude.
thank you.
And I'd like to say that I want to see a compilation of this on YouTube.
Of this?
Yes.
Well, depends how good it is.
It's not very good.
Just compile shit together.
No, I've got a big one planned,
Alright, man.
so I'll be busy over the next few days, along with this stuff as well, but no, it'll be good.
But give us your thoughts on Fallout. We were just talking about the town system or whatever it is, the building.
Yeah. That's what I'm excited for. That and the gun building look amazing. One thing I loved about Skyrim was the building your own house thing, and I'd love Fallout building the town. Looks awesome. I'm excited for that. That's one of my main features I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of news coming out that the map's not that big, but I think that won't matter. To me, that doesn't matter. There's gonna be so much to do anyway, and with the town building stuff, it seems like you won't have to move around much anyway. You'll be trying to build.
Yeah,
that
kind of adds to the experience, and it's say the map comes out, and yes, it's not as big as we want it to be. We want it to be this huge fucking map, but that's okay because we have all this other content. We could stay in here and work on our own economy, within the map, and that take up just as much time as doing any of the missions and side missions and whatnot.
But maybe we don't want the map big because look at fucking Witcher. That kind of turned me off how fucking huge that shit was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
I personally never played Witcher because I knew I couldn't commit the 200 hours it would take to finish it. So it's just one of those games I looked at and was just like, I can't do that.
I played 2, and it's 2 was a little overwhelming. So I can't imagine how 3 was. The
thing about Witcher 3 is it takes 200 hours if you play column.
Everything.
If you just obsess over every little question mark on the map, you're never gonna finish. But if you just play it organically, it took me about 20 hours to beat the story, probably.
Okay. That makes it a bit more appealing then.
Yeah. I don't know. You see that shiny thing in the distance. You're like, what the hell is that?
Well, no, you see
I need it
on the map.
and you're
like, what the fuck is that? That's what you see on The Witcher.
I want it.
Who's gonna spend like 5 hours just working on their character in Fallout?
Oh, this guy.
Get in the face
Character
right.
creators take forever for me.
I usually just do the hair, the eye color, and try and add a beard, and then that'll do. That's what I generally do, and then it looks similar, and I'm like, I can't spend out.
I hope they have better beards in 4 than they did in 3, because some things was atrocious.
Yeah, a lot of games, the beards are quite poor.
Yes they are.
Well, Bethesda's facial animations and and whatnot are trash in the first place, but that's not really the point of their games. No one's looking at them for eye candy.
One thing I found weird was GTA 5. So on single player you can have a really big beard because you can have it on Trevor, but you can't online, which I found bizarre.
That is because even though I don't have a glorious beard like you do, I wish I could. But you're online guy. You just got stubble.
Yeah.
That is. I never even thought about that. That is a little weird.
Yeah. Don't know why.
So I guess you guys kind of answered this by talking about how you're gonna fix your guy with beard, but so. You're all going to be dudes in Fallout?
I'm always a guy. I always plays. I try to make myself.
Yeah.
Brian's the only one that'll be able to pick a female. Brian plays a female in all those games.
I usually find myself playing a female just because it's something different.
Yeah. That's fair enough. If the lead is a female, then I'll stick to it. If there's no choice, I've got no problem with it. But if I have a choice, I'll make it look like me.
Yeah, because I'll name the person after me. I'll make them try to look like me, because I'm especially with them type of game where that's a story about that person, and then I want it to be me, so I'm gonna make it after me.
Definitely.
But,
how are you gonna play the game? Are you one that obsesses over every little side quest and whatnot, or are you just gonna
not
grab all
necessarily.
the main missions?
With Vegas, I finished the main storyline. And I went through one of the factions, the Legionnaires, I think it is. Caesar's Legion or something. I can't remember what they're called.
I
went through
think
that
Caesar's
side.
Legion sounds good.
Yeah, something like that. And I went through that side, and I just plowed through that story, and I did bits of the side missions, but I don't obsess. If I lose interest, I'll just move on, and I don't have to, finish every minute detail before I move to.
Like with me, I'll just run around what's this thing over here? There's a mission, go do that, and then it's like, okay, I'll do 1 or 2 story missions, and I'm just gonna wander, and
Yeah.
in this
That's kinda
direction,
like how
see
I am.
how I can find over here.
Yeah.
And
It's kind of like I am. I don't mean to cut you off, Bob. I'm sorry.
you can go fuck yourself.
I don't. Love you too, Bob. I don't like obsess over everything, but the thing is like I play it in a way that feels natural. Because sometimes side missions might kind of tie in with a little bit of the main mission, and so
Yeah.
I'll play in a way that seems natural, at least in my mind. And so it all feels like it all connects together. So that's kind of how I play. So if some side missions I don't get to and go the wayside, that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to care. I wouldn't go back and play them probably, but to me it always has to feel natural, and it's kind of like with the response system, like in the kind of like Mass Effect, I always would respond the way instead of like how would I respond? I'm like I wouldn't play it to I'm trying to be an asshole or I'm trying to be the best guy in the world. I would respond in the way that I feel like I would respond like this naturally. So, yeah.
Yeah. Do you play them as a good guy or a bad guy generally?
I play good.
Good guy.
Good.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah, I think it depends on like. There's some people I killed just like I didn't like the way they was doing things or something. Like, well, sure fucking go on. I don't care. Like I think I screwed myself in either Oblivion or Skyrim a few times with some missions I could have had later on that was actually pretty good. Like well,
I killed essential NPCs that broke the game for me.
but that's one of the cool things. Like except for children. I understand why they don't do it, but I wish I could kill kids in that game. I don't know why. like one of the coolest things was like going to that cave in Fallout 3 with all them kids, and there's a bunch of assholes in there. I'm like, well, I don't like you. Wish I could kill you. But
I see.
I think you can get a mod to do it. I think you can. You can get. I know you could for Skyrim. I didn't. I never played it on PC, but apparently you could get a mod so you could kill kids.
That's fucked up.
And there was things that were like, yeah, it was like I think you did it in 3 somehow too, like where like, I don't know, man. It was.
Speaking of mods, I mean,
like if I can kill like a 90-year-old person, why can't I kill a 9-year-old person?
So the 90-year-old person's already on their way out.
I know,
that's
right?
right. I mean, I understand.
I want that freedom, God damn it! I want to be able to do whatever I want, just like they say I can. But no, I can't kill kids, because that's bad.
All right, Bob, feel free to kill as many kids as possible, sir. Yeah.
You were gonna say
brought
about
up
mods.
mods. Yeah, we brought up mods, and
yeah, that's something I forgot about.
obviously they're coming to consoles. We're not gonna be able to make them, but they are coming. Was
Every
everything? I think
single one.
yeah, I think
every
that's
single
really
one.
gonna. Yeah, I think it's really gonna stretch the life of that game out because obviously everyone
God.
still plays like Skyrim now because all the mods that go along with that game, and I think that's a really awesome idea, and it's not even like a new idea, because when Unreal Tournament 3 came out on PS3, we could play the mods that came from PC side, but I'm glad that's a feature they added into it.
No.
Really,
I was gonna say, how do you think that's gonna work? Like, do you think say you install a mod or whatever, is that gonna take over your whole game, or you think you can have like a list, like kind of like in Minecraft?
Probably have a list that you can choose from, because that's how it was in Unreal. Before the game got set up, you could choose which, the mods you already had installed. You could choose which ones you want to apply to what you're getting ready to play. So I'm assuming, it'll be the same way. You'll set your, you're ready to play, and if you have mods installed, you'll say, hey, I want to apply these here.
Yeah, because I was thinking that would kind of suck. Like, I download this mod, then it's like I put it in it, and in order to play another mod, I'd have to like delete that mod and then install a new mod. That'd be cool, like a list. Just click in it, then it works. But that could be hard. I don't know.
Like he was saying, Unreal Tournament, you could have 2 or 3 mods going all at the same time.
Yeah, like Tom, are you a PC or are you console?
Console. I used to do a lot of PC games, so I used to play a lot of Counter-Strike, and I've recently moved on to Mac for work about 6 months ago, which meant I can't play any PC games anymore. I used to play a lot of Mount and Blade. Did you ever play that game?
No.
Never even heard of it.
You've never heard of it? It was made by like a couple. It's quite old.
Is it like British?
No, it's not British.
No.
It's European. It's European, so it might not have spread this
No.
far, but that's quite a cool game. So I used to do a lot of PC gaming when I was younger, but recently I've moved on to consoles because I have less time. So it's more I just want to put a disc in and play it, which isn't as much of a reality anymore, but it's still more so. It's like you don't have to piss around with settings. You can just put it in and it'll work.
Yeah. I don't even fuck with discs anymore.
It's not the modding.
I cut them out.
Yeah, well, where
Is
I
the modding-
only recently got quick internet at home. Before I used to get 4 meg down and 0.5 up. So I could never have digital games. I'd live in a really bad bit of England.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I ain't doing this no more.
Yeah. That's fair enough. I think that's the future.
That definitely is.
Discs are. I'd rather not use discs.
Is the modding something that excites you on coming to consoles?
Not yet, because I think the game itself will have enough for me.
Right.
You know, my gaming time's gone dropping as time goes forward. But like
priorities, man. You
know, when you try and do videos and other stuff, like and trying to break through something, it's hard to spend a lot of time gaming. But I think Fallout 4 by its own package will be plenty for me.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what comes out of it. I might dabble in a couple, but I don't think it will.
Yeah, like it'd be cool. Like I'm not sure what they could do, but I know like in like Grand Theft Auto, they did stuff where like they put like the Batmobile as a car you can drive, or like the DeLorean, and the DeLorean actually made you go forward or back in time. You know.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Like if they can make like a Fallout and someone turn in like Arkham City, or something, where you run around as like Batman or something stupid. That could be cool as shit, man. That could be. Yeah, that definitely adds life to that game. Even if it's
follow along the same lines as Tom in that, like, the game is just going to be. I'm in it for the game, and I happen to find a mod that I'm interested in. I might install it, but for the most part, they're not gonna make or break it for me.
But I think it depends on like how far they let the mods go. If they can completely change the story to the thing where someone can make their own fucking story. So I've seen people do that in games where they mod it, where like they put their own dialogue in and stuff. Not like spoken words, but
it depends how open it is. Because I mean, the modding communities that are out there, some of them are like just crazy, and they will completely change a game, and they'll do crazy things, and we have to see what happens. I guess.
Pretty lenient with what they allow players to do with their games.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, well, the whole modding thing, I think like you're gonna finish that game, Fallout 4. You're gonna finish the main portion of the game, and there's so many good games coming out here, you know, in the next 4 or 5 months or so on. You're gonna finish it up and kind of move on to something else, and modding is not gonna come to us for a while, for a few months probably. So I think when the mods come out, it's gonna bring life back to that game. You go, know what? Let me step back into Fallout 4 and check these mods out. You know, after you've played all the single player content you want to play, or you really don't want to get into the building and the economy of it. You're like, you know what? All these mods are out, and you've seen them being posted online, and people saying, look how cool these fucking things are. You know, you go in there and you jump around with a big clown mask on, killing people, whatever, whatever the fuck to do. It could be another way to kind of keep the life of that game going, aside from I'm assuming any kind of DLC that Bethesda might do for it.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, like Fallout 3, that was like over 100-hour game for me, and especially like Tom was saying, as time goes on, you're getting less and less time to do things. So that could be a good point to where like maybe that's all you need is the game, Especially
you're preaching to the choir on that, man.
What's that?
Hey, you're preaching to the choir on that, man. You know me, I have very little time for games. I don't know how to game a podcast.
Hey, you're a fucking poser, man. You ain't no gamer.
You got kids. You disappoint.
Yeah, you fucking.
It's a valid excuse.
Yeah. But Is the building, Tom? Is the building aspect, like you said, that was your main thing? Is there anything else that you're?
The guns look awesome. I like that. On the main trailer that was released, the first one, that montage of him starts with a pistol and he builds it into like some plasma rifle, and changes it into some mini gun. That's exciting. I love the fact that you can now pick I was saying this to Sean the other day. When you start a Bethesda game and like you start Skyrim or something, you're in that cave and you pick up everything. Oh, I might need this skull. I might need this bone. You realise that they're useless, but this game seems like these items will be more useful. Picking up that toy car that you could find in Fallout Vegas. There was cars and random junk everywhere that you could sell for like one bottle cap, but now you'll be able to make them into some cool item, and that's exciting.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier. I think that's probably like one of the coolest things that they revealed, because like you was like, oh, I'm picking up everything, like I just got a fucking trunk full of stupid shit. But now you can like break everything down and use everything to do something else. That's like, to me, that's like ingenious. Like maybe they didn't have like the power to do it, or maybe like you would think they would have thought about that earlier, you know. But that's such a smart idea, because then everything's useful. So that means you are gonna pick up fucking everything you run along now.
Exactly right.
You know what I mean? You're gonna pick up that fucking spoon, because I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna need it for, but I can use it for something.
Yeah, that's the way I am in RPGs though. Like I pick up and keep everything. I have like fucking separation anxiety when it comes to dropping something out of my backpack, and shit, I might need it later on.
Yeah.
And finish the game and end up like I don't even need it at all. I didn't need that at all. I just carried it through 300 hours of gameplay. Great.
Well, my Fallout 3 character, for some reason, I've just got a suit in my inventory, so I might need a suit. I might need that. I might need to dress up smart.
Yeah. It's like you're running around through the wasteland, and the worst feeling is when you become ever encumbered, or ever like we
You got walk everywhere.
Yeah.
Then you start going through to see like, oh, what the hell can I get rid of? No, I kind of want that. And it's like, but this is probably gonna make it even worse. Scratch it. I think this is a bad idea that they're doing this now.
No, because at least you could. It
has value. It actually has value. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But the thing I found, because I recently went back and played Fallout 3, because for some reason I don't know why I did this, but I played Vegas first, and I finished Vegas a couple of times, and then thought actually I should play Fallout 3. So I bought it a few months ago, and I was playing through it recently. I kept getting over encumbered, and there's not many places to sell stuff. No. That's what I found, and I kept getting stuck with like loads. I had to keep teleporting back to Megaton? Yeah, going back there. Because the only shop I knew of, and then coming back.
You didn't blow it up. I mean, I blew it up.
I didn't blow it up. Yeah.
I blew it up.
I didn't.
I didn't blow it up.
I went back into the bar, and then I think I killed that dude. Spoilers for the first 3 hours of Fallout 3.
The sheriff. You murdered the sheriff.
You what?
Like in Fallout 3 when I played it, something came down where like the sheriff, the black guy.
Yeah.
Was he a child?
Yeah, the child. He had the kid. And yeah, I totally orphaned that kid.
I can't remember that.
Because he couldn't kill him. He wanted to kill the kid too.
Yeah, I did. I tried.
I killed the dude that asked me to blow it up. But
you killed him
before that happened. There was a big gunfight in the bar. I think Colin Moriarty might have died as well.
He might have.
I think he got caught up in the fire, and I think he died. Yeah.
You probably
that was the most hilarious thing ever, finding him in that game.
Especially knowing who the hell he was.
Yeah.
And it's like you wonder, but now like I don't think that was just I don't know. That's so weird. It might not be random, you know.
Yeah, I knew that he was in the game already before I actually played it, so it wasn't as exciting for me, or it wasn't a discovery. I was like, oh, okay.
But I mean, when I believe that it was random, because that's such an Irish name, like Colin Moriarty.
Yeah, but then like all these people, everybody knows everybody. You know.
I think they just like went to Irish name generator, and then just like
they might have. Like, all of them people know they know all them guys.
You do wonder though, because you'd think if a famous person within the games industry name came up, you'd think we'll skip that one, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Right.
They knew how much
I think it is probably random, but
it would become.
Who knows? But I just had to start going back to being having too much shit on you. And before I blew up Megaton, like I did a whole bunch of shit before I even entered that town. I bought the house.
I'm sure you did, sir.
Bought the house, and I had like lockers and lockers full of stuff. And I actually broke the game, dropping everything out of my lockers. Like I had like thousands upon thousands of stuff, thousands of things, and like I was just tiptoeing every little like locker I had, every little chest I had. I had like 5,000 stuff, and I just dropped them all. And it like you started seeing all this shit just drop, then it's just like nothing. It just stayed in. I had to unplug my PlayStation, and I just want to like I did that on purpose to see what the hell would happen. But yeah, I'm excited about that game, even though I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it yet. It's gonna be a Christmas break game, I think.
I've got to buy it twice because I've pre-ordered the Pip-Boy edition,
Pip-Boy,
but
yeah.
that's at home. And I'm not waiting 4 weeks to play it, so I'm gonna have to buy it digitally as well. Keep that other edition.
Sean was saying you guys are having like 4 screens set up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be good fun.
And that's such a good idea. That's such a good
dope
idea.
Yeah, it's gonna get hot. It's gonna the 4 machines working like that. It's gonna it's gonna get hot, but it'll be good. It's gonna be good fun. I'm excited for the game.
That is such a good idea.
You guys are gonna get nice and sweaty first.
Yeah. Are you guys struggling to find anything to play this weekend? Because I am. Because I don't want to commit to anything.
Rocket League, man.
Backlog.
Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Yeah. But I've got a backlog. Like I want to play Shadow Mordor. I really want to finish that. But there's not much. I still haven't finished it. I know.
I got a backlog too.
It's like I don't want to commit to it. I've got like 2 days before Fallout comes out.
Well, see, I don't have to worry about that because I'm not buying the game right away. Because I need that money for PSX. You know.
Are you going to PSX? Are you?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. I'll see you there.
Yeah, see you there. But
rich bastards.
Yeah. Like I haven't even played Metal Gear 5.
You know.
And those are going to be Christmas games. Like on my Christmas break, because I get half of December off pretty much.
That's cool.
So like Santa Claus better be good to me. I've been very good this year. Very good this year.
Yeah, you've only killed 5 kids this year, so you know you should get something.
They was digital children, so does that really count?
Yeah, I mean.
I was gonna say both physically and digitally.
It's questionable. It's questionable.
Like to be honest, I do know a few kids.
Bob used to have a little brother.
I wish I had a little brother instead I had a sister who was 10 years younger than me.
Yeah, going back to what you said, Tom, about find something to play. That's kind of why I play a lot of multiplayer games. As you know, sometimes I can't make that investment to sit down and play hundreds of hours. Because whatever might be going on. I have 2 kids and a wife, and whatnot. And at least I think I still do. I don't know. And so I play a lot of multiplayer games. I'm a first-person shooter guy, so I can sit down and play a few rounds of that, or sit down and I'll throw in something older like Plants vs Zombies. I'm kind of getting back into. So there's something to kind of stay in the gaming world for a moment, kind of.
Yeah, I often jump into indies. I've been playing Super Meat Boy a bit, and
that game's so dope. That game's so good.
Yeah, I really played that the one day that I streamed.
Yeah. It's a good game. Very good game.
That's fine.
I played it more, Bob.
That is a swear simulator. Like. It's just.
Oh, I don't need that game to help me swear, Bob.
I don't either, but it just brings out the devil, dude. It brings out the devil. Yeah. But one said a good one, like Rocket League. I fucking love that game.
Yeah, I play a bit of Rocket League. I dip in and out of it. I have a stint where I'll play it for a couple of weeks and then I'll drop it for a couple of weeks again.
Oh man,
that's pretty much like a daily occurrence.
Yeah, because Sean never really played it, so we played it. When was that? Friday.
Piece of shit.
I beat him 11-0, so it's alright.
Oh wow. Well, the reason we all know each other is because Bob set up a thing on the forums.
I set up the kind of funny Rocket League.
Yeah, I was meant to be in it, but I think I was too busy at the time.
Yeah, a bunch of people were because nobody showed up. But yeah, that's how I met JC. That's how I met Warren. That's how I met all these people. Yeah, it did.
Rocket League
even though JC and Brian didn't play the fucking game. Yeah. They're supposed to.
I burned out a couple weeks in. I was done. I moved on. I moved on to something else.
Oh, the game's too good. The game's too good.
It's so good.
It is a good game. It's a very good game. And amazing it was free as well.
I know. Man,
and
it's like I kind of think, damn, who the fuck makes that?
Psionics.
Psionics. I think they might have fucked up.
No, definitely not. They wouldn't have sold it. They wouldn't have sold it if it was free. I wouldn't have paid for it. And
I would have, because I was in the beta. I got into the beta to be kind of funny.
We had hand over fist on DLC though, and all this. And then, like, speaking of Rocket League, like it's the perfect time to play it because they're about to release that new expansion.
I think the fucking craziest thing this year was getting the fucking DeLorean in that game.
Yeah.
Back to the Future quote. That fucking blew my that was so surprising.
Yeah.
Now I'm waiting for the fucking Ecto 1 to show up.
Man,
But,
I just want to start like the official
you know,
Rocket League podcast.
Yeah. But no, Rocket League did well because they obviously get paid by PlayStation for it to be on the PlayStation Store.
Right,
Also,
right.
They sold did they sell 1 million copies on PC?
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, they did.
And you can play PC.
I think that was like the first couple of weeks. I ain't all together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And you can play cross PC, PS4, can't you? So,
You
it was.
can,
I think it was a very good move on their part.
yeah, I think it was, but like the success. Granted, it could be because of that, but like I was telling Sean earlier, because it's free, anything they bring out that's paid, I'm buying it, just to support them. You know?
Yeah.
So
As of July, Rocket League has over 5 million downloads across PlayStation and Steam.
That's good.
that's fucking crazy.
Insane.
That's fucking crazy. Fucking like even though it's been out, when Metal Gear hit that, you know what I mean? That's like on fucking Metal Gear Solid 5 fucking sold 5 million.
Right.
Was it 5?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 5.
Yeah, 5.
Because
Yeah,
I think one of the kind of funny things I was watching, Colin was saying that might be a little soft. You know, he was
Considering
kinda
the
saying,
caliber of the game, I think it is
Yeah.
soft too.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The amount of hype there was.
yeah.
You guys mentioned PSX a second ago. Obviously, we're right at a month away, and Tom and you and Sean will be there, and Bob is going to be there representing Digital Escapist Network. What are you looking forward to? What do you think we're going to see there at PSX?
I don't know. I'm excited to try PlayStation VR. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. I've tried some VR stuff, just general VR headsets, but I'm yet to try the PlayStation one. So I'm excited to give that a go personally. In terms of announcements, I'm just excited to see what happens. I don't know. I haven't really read too much into it yet.
Yeah, it's tough right now to kind of decide on what you think they're going to announce, because I feel like we've seen a lot of stuff, coming from E3 and then going to Paris Games Week. I feel like we've seen a lot of announcements.
But it's like
albeit there are still some companies left. I mean,
there's like probably over half of Sony studios that we don't know what the hell they're doing. You know.
Yeah.
But think about this. I think this is going to be bigger than last year's PSX, because I really don't think anything too giant was announced at the inaugural one. Like thinking about I don't really think nothing.
The Troll Final Fantasy VII was announced.
Yeah, it was, and I'm buying that fucking game.
The Troll one?
Yeah, fuck yeah, I am. Fucking Final Fantasy VII with the trophies. I'm all over that game.
Well, you assume they're going to. I think it's going to be very PlayStation VR heavy. They've announced that it's going to be at the start of the first half of 2016. So you assume it's going to be preparation for that. That's my assumption anyway.
Yeah, I was telling, I don't know if it was on podcast or just in general conversation, but I was telling these guys a while ago. This is if Sony's going to talk about VR, this is it, because the people that's going to be there are the ones that are going to be buying this fucking thing. You know.
Yeah. Are you guys going to buy it? Do you think?
What's that?
Are you going to buy it? Do you think?
Yeah, I haven't even tried it on. I mean,
It all depends on the price point.
Yeah, it really does. But I want.
Depends on price point and what I feel like, what kind of experience and value is going to provide to me. Albeit I'm probably the biggest one on here, just kind of on the fence, I think, and because I argue with Bob a lot about it either way. But
you argue because shit.
I argue because I just like to argue.
I don't even know why.
But I mean, I feel like I would pick it up. I mean, it's very, very interesting, cool idea. And what I've seen so far, I like the tech idea. I think Bob is right, and it is gonna be the future. It's just it's not now, and
This is the first step, and I want to be on that ground floor. I want to be.
Sure, but I mean, I don't want to go through the same argument we had at last podcast. But I don't want to get as good on that road. I know, sir. We can do it all podcast. But I won't pick it up. Probably, I'm not gonna be like a day one person.
No,
I mean, no matter what the price point is, I won't be less like $1.
I'm yet to try it, but from what I've heard, it's very good, and I believe in it. But I'm always a bit dubious. I'll wait a bit.
No,
I don't know what price I'd pay for it.
I was saying, I think $250 is a good price point.
Yeah, $250, $300.
Especially if it comes with like I was telling Sean, it has to come with a camera. Obviously, they can't have like just a VR headset for the people who have the camera, and then the one that for the people that don't. No, you got to put the camera in, and I say, fuck it, why not? You got a fucking warehouse full of moves controllers. Throw one of them in there for $250. You know.
It'll be interesting to see the price point. I think that's going to be the killer, isn't it? That's going to be the thing.
It can't be like no $300, $400. It can't. It
I
has
feel
to
like
be
for this thing to
200,
succeed,
250.
I think it
for
will.
this thing to succeed, Sony has to be willing to take a hit. If they really believe in it, and if Shu said, like he said that he believes this is going to be the next 20 years of PlayStation, if they really believe in it that much, then they got to be willing to take a hit. And
They
do
would
it.
have to.
I mean,
Yeah.
they even did with the PlayStation 4 for a little bit until it sold like fucking crazy.
Consoles generally do take a bit of a loss.
Yeah,
So
but
Yeah,
like,
it's the software.
they're kind of
The
treating it like a
software
console.
makes some money.
You know.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be.
I know you spoke about it a bit. You spoke about it a bit earlier, didn't you? About PSN names, didn't you?
Yeah. I need to change mine. I'm wanting on 420.
Mine's just not consistent with where I am for everything else. That's my only problem.
Yeah. I think I got my PlayStation 3 like a year and a half after it came out. I've had that name ever since, and I was smoking a lot of dope, getting high and having fun. Now I'm an old man, and I don't want that name no more. You know.
Yeah.
So I need to get that thing going.
You know, Bob, I think you might be shit out of luck. 'Cause I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate, and it's also a little bit what I feel myself. I would not be surprised if we didn't hear shit about PSN names being changed.
So, dude,
I'm not just so sure we'll get it.
no, I'm telling you, I think she's doing a little bit of misdirection with what he was saying.
Oh yeah, that could be the case. He could be being very coy about the whole issue. You know, he's just basically lying to us, saying no, there's no way we can't fucking do this.
No. But his exact quote is at this date and time we can't do it. You know what I mean? He's technically not lying if they announce at PSX, hey, you can change your name right now.
Yeah, it's on the verbiage on that. Yeah, on that statement, yes. But I would not be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't even raise an eyebrow with me if they said if they didn't say shit about it.
They're fucking trying. You know what I mean? Because that's the number one thing everybody wants. You know.
To be honest with you, I'd be more excited if they brought me notifications when somebody came online. I'd be more excited about that.
Because you're fine with your name. You know.
Yeah.
And like another, like I don't mind my name either. It's just like I would rather like have like a unified thing like on Twitch.
I took care of my naming. Okay, I took care.
I mean, you probably had 10 kids whenever you made your name. A couple divorces. You're fucking like 60 years old. You know, you're more mature than me.
So have any of you guys got Xbox at all?
No.
No, I mean I had a 360 and a PS3 last generation, but I didn't get an Xbox One this time.
I'm one of them people who had to make a decision about a console, and I made it in like 1996.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm a bit of a console slut, so I've bounced around. I went PS1, PS2, 360, and then PS4.
No,
I didn't have a PS3 at all. Never owned a PS3. I completely skipped everything on PS3.
No, but since you had the PS4, did you play The Last of Us?
Yeah, played The Last of Us. Finished that. Yeah, great game. Superb game. It's the story that's the best. I think I tried to play it for a bit, and I played like 10, 20 hours, and I had to restart it again because I completely forgot where I was and what was happening. And that's a game you have to finish in like a couple. Personally, I finished it in a couple of weeks. I had to sit. I need to play this every night and make sure I get it done because if not, if you get detached and it's not as good a story.
See, like I think one of the best decisions I made with that game was playing it on hard. Because like, I had some cousins over. They was playing it on like, I think like normal, and they was running around like 30 bullets. Where on hard, I was running around 6 bullets.
Yeah.
You know, and like to me, like especially with that setting in that world, it made it seem like that much more like real, I guess. You know.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a scary game when you've got one of those I can't remember, like boomers. Is it boomers?
Bloaters.
Bloaters, that's it. Bloaters. Yeah. And they're running at you, and you've got and you fire your 3 shotgun bullets. You're like, okay, right, that's gone. And you get your pistol out, and you fire those 3 bullets. And you get your other pistol out. And it's like I'm completely screwed.
Oh no! But then you got to kind of fit. Like that was one of the things I found cool, especially playing on hard. Like you go in there, try to use your bullets. Like, well, that didn't work. After a few tries, you're like, okay. let's try this. Let's try like going down this way, being quiet, like throwing a brick, throwing a bottle, or like that game. Like that. Like I want to play that game so bad again, but I'm not going to.
I
No.
I
remember
refuse to.
one of the first times that I played it, I threw a brick at a guy's head and knocked him out, and I was like, "That's fucking awesome!" And I tried to do it every other time, and I would just get like shot to hell because I would try to hit these guys upside the head with the brick, and I would miss.
One thing I like, one thing I love about the games, like I like the little things in games. So I like the fact that when you've got your pistol out and you fire that last bullet, it starts clicking. It's like,
Yeah, man. Like when you say little details, especially like in that game, like I think Colin said it, where like the game is about that world. It ain't really about Ellie and Joel. It's about that world. Like when you go into that one house, there's a fucking moldy birthday cake sitting there. You know.
yeah,
Then you go up into another house. You go upstairs and like this husband left a note to his wife or something saying like, I can't stay here no more. I gotta go. And that game was really cool, and especially like one of the coolest things. It's probably like one of like my proudest moments in video games is I go through Pittsburgh, which is like my home city. So being able to like walk around on some streets that I know
yeah.
and I've been
I have
at.
a bunch of assholes that try to.
Yeah, I know. It was a fucking shithole place to go to in that game. But it was fucking cool seeing like that road, seeing that building.
Yeah, well, that's why
Yeah.
I always wanted an Assassin's Creed in London, and now I've got one. I've fallen out of love with Assassin's Creed. That sucks.
Yeah.
I always wanted, because obviously I've been to London several times, and like I know bits of it. So it would have been cool to go around that in Assassin's Creed, but I've just lost all faith in that game.
From what I hear,
That
Syndicate's
series.
supposed to be better than Unity by a long
I've
shot.
heard, yeah.
Yeah,
But I
but
didn't,
from what I hear, the gameplay's still the same.
but
Except for like that hook shot, that link hook shot.
yeah, apparently that helps a lot. But I didn't play Unity either, so I don't even know what that was. Last one I played was Black Flag, and that's
Me too.
basically that's a pirate
Like,
simulator.
fucking
It's a
awesome.
pirate
Dude,
simulator.
the whole time I was just fucking
Yeah.
cruising around on my ship.
It
Yeah,
should have
sharks
been an
and-
Assassin's Creed game. I
It's
agree, but it
not.
was
It's a
fucking
pirate
awesome.
game. Awesome pirate game.
Yeah,
One of my
man.
favorite games on one of my favorite launch games. Like that was the game. I bought my console with that game. And,
Yeah,
superb.
I didn't even beat the story. You know what I mean?
I didn't even know what the fuck.
I
the story
was
was
just
about.
sailing around. I,
Yeah,
don't know what
that's
the
what I
story- I
was
couldn't
doing.
tell you what the story was about at all. I can't remember any of the characters.
Come on,
I
man.
remember as soon as I got my boat, I just started sailing, and I encountered a legendary ship, and I'm just like going all around this ship, sailing all around it, trying to destroy it, and like it hit me once, and I was dead.
And
Yeah,
the
man,
whale
they-
hunting, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The,
The ships, man.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Legendary ships, man.
But speaking of PSX, do you have any like I think do you think Horizon Zero Dawn is gonna be on the floor? Because I kind of think it is.
I hope so. That is a game I'm very excited for. But then I am, but I'm scared because I'm scared of what it'll be. Because I think there's gonna be a lot of hype around this game. Because that was that was my favorite thing from
E3.
E3. Yeah, from E3. That was one of my favorite games that was on the show.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm excited. It does look very good, and the story sounds interesting enough. And if it's playable there, I'll definitely give that a go. Definitely.
Yeah, you're gonna be playing the demo that everybody's seeing, but I think they're gonna have it. I really want
I hope
that on
so.
the floor.
I hope so.
I thought.
Yeah, either.
What's that?
I was gonna say, do you think they'll have it?
I think they will. But
That's the reason why I
How
wouldn't
early
be.
they want to release this game. If it's going to be the fall 2016 game, why have it at PSX when you can have it at E3?
Good
Yeah.
point.
since PSX is closer to fall.
But why
That
would
was
you
nice.
put out an early build of a game that might leave a bad impression? You saw what happened with the order. People.
This is
people
different,
had
though.
a bad. I mean,
This is completely different.
Yeah, I still haven't played the order.
Ready at Dawn, they never made no original IP before. You know, they was just doing God of War games on the PSP.
Guerrilla was only told to make the Halo killer, and we saw how that worked out.
Oh no, the Guerrilla made games before Sony bought them for Killzone.
True.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, can you name any of them without looking them up?
Fuck no, I can't. But that's not the point.
That is the point.
Killzones were good games. Some of them borderline great.
Yeah, I mean they were
Yeah.
good, but that's because they were doing it for 10 years. It took them, you know.
Well, this is and they have 10 years of ideas and 10 years of talent.
True.
You know?
I'm just cautiously optimistic about Horizon. It looks fucking awesome. I'll be the first to say it.
I think
But
this
I
game's
just
gonna
don't
be
want it to
golden,
be
dude.
another Order 1886 situation. So I think they should hold their cards close to their, play it close to the chest, as they say.
See, like I said, I don't see
think
that
that's a
at all
good point,
because,
Juan.
because
I think it's a good point.
Yeah.
I think it's a good point, Juan. You know what you're saying there, but I see there's no reason why they wouldn't have it at PSX because they've shown it so much here recently. And obviously it's at Paris Games Week, and they've shown more than they show at E3. I think they're just kind of building up on it, and so.
But I think that's just based off of like the positive reaction they got. I don't think they expected that, and then they saw that like, oh, well, they want more of this. Let's give them more.
See.
It was the thing is they showed pretty much exactly the same thing, didn't they?
No.
Yeah, like there was no real new information, and even when he was saying it like it was fresh information. You're like, everyone saw this months ago.
No, but they didn't though, because he went through it a completely different way.
Right. He did it in a different way, but it's the same vertical slice as well.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, he killed it in exactly the same way. He like just shot it a bit initially, dodged it. Yeah, he was attacking it from like the other side, pretty much from like
Took off
head
his
on.
blasters.
Yeah, took off the blasters, shot it a couple of times with the blasters, then
Tethered
fired
it to the ground.
Yeah, and then he hit it, and then he hit the heart bit. He like exposed a bit of the metal, and then shot it in exactly the same place. It was like I watched like half of it. And I was like skipped forward a bit. I was like, oh, this is exactly the same footage, just from a different angle. It was bizarre.
Which I touched on that a little bit on the impressions that I made, but yeah, I'm really excited for it. Just cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, definitely. Which I think that's the current way games are. I think everyone's cautiously optimistic about every game that comes out at the moment because
Rightfully so, though, because we've been burnt a few times.
we have, and especially day one patches nowadays. I wonder if Fallout's got a day one patch.
It's going to.
It does.
Has it? Has
It's
it?
going to.
I mean, it hasn't been announced or anything, but it is. Especially since the Bethesda game, they got some bugs that they're gonna iron out.
Yeah.
It's like every game, like unless it's like a Nintendo game, what game doesn't have like a day one patch?
Metal Gear did it?
I have no idea. I didn't play the game.
Did it?
1.01. Yep.
I played one recently. What was it then? I played a game recently that didn't, and I was amazed. And I was like, this is cool.
Was it a smaller game or a bigger game?
I can't. It would have been a bigger game. It
Would
wouldn't have been a small one. Yeah, it wouldn't have been like Super Meat Boy or something like that. That would be a bit stupid. No, I can't remember what it was. I don't know. I'm not going to think of it.
Yeah.
No, like another thing, I'm kind of excited because I'm having a couple people come with me to PSX. That card thing they got going on. I don't know what the hell is going on with it, but
Yes, I sent that link to you.
yeah, but like even though the cards, it's like PlayStation Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like I want them.
I haven't seen that. What is that? I haven't seen it.
They're like releasing. Like I think the first year they did like a card deck, like a poker deck or whatever.
Okay.
But I guess now they're doing like
Collectible
trading cards,
yeah.
and they're gonna have like ones that have like, to me it sounds like foils, you know, like the shiny ones and stuff. There's ones that are more rare. They're not releasing like where you're gonna get them.
You basically play a certain game on the game floor and you get a card, but they're not telling you which booth you could go to or game you play to get that card. And then there's like, there's 26 of them and whatnot.
No. I think the total was 66.
Is it 66? Okay.
Yes.
So, they say there's probably, it's impossible, they said, to get them all at the while you're there. They said people are probably going to try, but they said it's probably impossible to get them all. But yeah, basically there's cards.
Pick some up and sell them.
Cards that have the game on them.
Yeah. Like in the picture they showed was a card that had the Trico from or Trico from The Last Guardian.
Oh yeah.
On it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I said, I have two people come with me. So like after the conferences and stuff, I'm gonna be like spread out. I'm thinking of even making a post on the Kind of Funny forums, to where like people are gonna be there. Take a picture of your card in front of where you got it, so people have a roadmap to find these things. So maybe it may not be impossible to get. I'm kind of excited about that because that even makes you kind of play more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
when you get those cards.
Yeah.
Game you wouldn't necessarily try. Before, yeah.
Not just staying in the VR line all conference on.
No, like I'm not sure how it's gonna work. Definitely gonna be at the PlayStation conference. I'm kind of guessing Kind of Funny's gonna do like a little thing, a little panel. I'm gonna go there then. Like,
They'll be. I think they're doing PS I Love You.
oh yeah, and like I was kind of thinking like,
Is
because
that
like whenever they announced PS I Love You XOXO, Mario Sleeve is like, I can't wait for the crossover episode, and I can kind of maybe see that being
PSX.
there.
maybe?
Yeah.
Could be.
Maybe.
I could see it happening. Because it would also behoove Sony to do that because it's a time slot that they clear up.
And yeah, it's a time slot and it's a open space.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know.
It would get huge viewership, wouldn't it? I think,
Mhm.
both of
Even
those
though I
are-
stopped watching Beyond like a year ago.
Yeah, I dip in and out of it every now and again. I mean, because I obviously doing my supercuts and stuff, I have to watch pretty much every Kind of Funny bit of content that comes out, so that takes up a lot of my time. But I dip in and out of Beyond when I can. If
Huge
I,
fan of your work,
if
by
I
the
see
way.
it, so.
Awesome
Yeah.
job. I love them.
Thank you.
Every time you
Like
put them on the Facebook group, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, like to me, like Beyond, like I made this kind of analogy. Beyond now is like your girlfriend trying to recreate your mother's favorite dish. It's good, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? And I do jump in every once in a while. But
I think with Beyond, personally with
better.
Beyond, I think they should have changed the name.
I
I
agree.
mean,
Because it's a good podcast by itself. It's a good podcast. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. But I think it's because the name is there. It's a bit meh. But like, I don't know. It's still a good podcast on its own. If you see
Yeah, it's never
Yeah,
going to live up
it's,
to the
it's
name.
solid.
Yeah, and it's like I was like I think it was the first PS I Love You. I kind of like that. Colin and Greg wanted to take that name, like, you know, because they said we tried to bring Beyond over here, but they wouldn't let us.
Yeah.
You know? And
But they've got all the bits there, haven't they? They've got the Baker's Dozen. They've got all those bits.
Yeah,
I made a compilation of those bits actually. I took all the bits that are like popular from that, from the first one, and put it all in there. And then yeah, so that's good. And obviously, but the new ones, the PS I Love You is an awesome podcast.
Oh, it is. It's like you said, it's Beyond.
It's my
Right.
cycling podcast.
Yeah, dude, like I've been listening to Beyond since like the mid to early 30s. So I've been
You
with
old
them guys for a while. And so this is just they didn't miss a step. Yeah, it is. They didn't miss a step on it. This is what they need to be doing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's their thing. Everything else is good, but this is them. You know.
Yeah.
But back to PSX. We're getting kind of off topic.
Yeah, you brought up Last Guardian. You think that'll be playable?
No.
No.
It
I don't
won't
think
be.
that's ever going to be playable and ever come out. No.
Not even
I
when
think-
it comes out. It's just going to be a video.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a walking simulator.
It's a film. It's just a film now. I think
They've already come on and said it's not going to be. They're not going to show that game for playing or otherwise because they don't want to show too much because they're really delving into the story. They want to keep the story, you know, under wraps.
I think that
This-
game
this
should
thing's-
have been cancelled years ago.
This
By this
game
point.
is like a third of how old I am. You know what I mean? They've been trying to make this game for a third of I've been alive. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's half as old as one. Like, that's fucking crazy.
I'm surprised as many people still care about the game. To be honest with
No,
you,
you
because
didn't
I
know
stopped
about
caring about it a long time
Like
ago.
for me, I just played Shadow of the Colossus, beat it in one sitting for Extra Life.
Cool.
Today.
Well,
Yeah.
That is the reason why I'm excited because whenever I had played Eco on my PS2, but I never played Shadow of the Colossus. But then I got the HD collection, and this was after they announced Last Guardian. I didn't really care
Of
much.
course it was.
As soon as I played Shadow of the Colossus, holy crap! My hype for Last Guardian just went through the roof because, man, Shadow of the Colossus is so good. And if you can deliver that kind of experience where because there's no dialogue.
It's minimal. It's fucking. It's like one of the most minimalistic type things.
Right.
You know
There's
what I mean?
no dialogue whatsoever except aggro, just screaming at your damn horse all the damn time.
Yeah,
But
and
you get an emotional connection out of that. Seeing those.
Oh, yeah, I did, man.
It's just like, wow, dude, that's powerful stuff.
Who here hasn't beat that game? Oh man,
Present.
you
not attached
probably,
to the series at all.
I've watched you play
I've
some.
watched a lot of people play it, but I'm just like,
like playing through. Like I think I beat it in under 7 hours.
Wow.
You know, so it's not really a long game.
no.
You know, But
I watched a good deal with while you were streaming, Bob. I watched a good deal with it, as you know, because I was in the chat, talking whatever. And I didn't see what was so great about it, to be honest with you. And it could be one of those deals that I have to be actually playing it to understand. And I understand that. I do understand that.
Because like you realize, like, okay, you go in there, you bring this dead chick on your horse to this temple. She's fucking dead.
Spoilers for the Shadow of the Colossus, by the way.
It's in the first fucking 5 minutes of the fucking game. But
It's
you bring this
part of
dead
the
girl
only
on
story.
this horse, and you're trying, and like you go to like this deity or whatever, you want to bring her soul back. I'm guessing that's your woman. And so like he's like you got to kill these 16 things, then you might be able to do it.
Might, yeah.
So you're like, what? Like that's my bae, that's my girl. So I'm gonna do whatever it takes,
It's 16 boss battles. Like when it comes down to it, there's no story. It's just 16 boss battles. But man, like I said, man, you start to see, like, as the game goes on, that you're doing
something's going on.
Like you're just taking out these colossi that are doing absolutely nothing to you. They're actually protecting the wherever it is that the region that they're in, and you're just willing to do everything it takes to save this girl. And in like reality, it's like
turns out
it's like you don't know who this girl is. Like in reality, you really don't. Like obviously the character does, but all you see is him just carrying her into a temple and setting her on this altar. You don't really know who she is. She could be like some chick he found outside for all that,
Yeah, but you ain't doing all that shit. You ain't doing that.
Yeah, but I mean, Bob, tell me this now. And once again, I'm gonna play devil's advocate on the whole deal. This is a multi-layered
The
situation.
controls haven't aged well.
No. I agree with that, because I could tell just by looking at it like trash. Remember, because I asked you, did
the camera can be.
Hold on, Bob. Let me get in there a little bit.
Just trying to predict.
All right. You don't need to predict. Just listen. So one of the things that I think it is like, we were obviously, this is an older game, we're years past on it. Am I jaded by all the newer stuff and maybe grandiose games that I play now that has caused me not to see what's so special about the game?
No.
And also, you're saying, hold on one. I'm gonna get you. Unless you get in, I'm gonna let you get in.
He's telling you to shut the fuck up too.
Also, the story. You're saying, it's this a very simple story. Someone you don't know, girl you don't know, you have to save her, and you have this emotional connection. And I'm not seeing why. I mean, look, Super Mario Brothers. You were going to say the princess you never saw, and you don't know. He might know her, you don't know her, but you kept fucking running to the right to get to this person.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you real fast. The emotional connection is not even to the fucking girl in that game.
It's to the colossi.
No, it's to the fucking horse.
Aggro.
To the fucking horse. I love that fucking horse. He's my homie, man. Oh man, that fucking horse, dude. The horse is my bro.
Fucking aggro, man.
That's
literally the only dialogue in the entire game.
Fucking shit happens, man.
I mean, and it's awesome because no matter where you are, you just scream at him and he's there. He's fucking.
Yeah. You whistle like aggro. He just comes, man. He's your ride or die.
Like,
he's your ride or die, dude.
The Witcher.
Yeah, but so is the horse in Skyrim. I mean, I whistle a motherfucker right there. I don't care.
Horse.
No, because the horse was the only thing you had in that game.
You don't call this horse in Skyrim by name. You call aggro by name.
Yeah, you might have a name for your horse, but then there might be like a fucking goblin or something that you can kill. No. This horse, this fucking thing, man. No, but this game, to me, this game is special. Like, when I played it, is when it first came out. In 2005. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to connect, like, because you're thinking, okay, you're doing this stuff, but it turns out, like, you probably shouldn't have done any of this. Like, bad things happen at the end of this game.
Well, just be completely honest. Do you plan on playing this?
Who, me?
Anybody.
Anybody.
No.
Alright, so spoilers for the Shadow of the Colossus. Nothing, like, it's all for nothing.
Pretty much.
It's all for nothing. She's not able to get saved. All you're doing is this. It's like a dark deity that you're helping out. And
yeah. Pretty much like killing these Colossus, you're freeing this dude.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. It was so good there.
Distracted everyone. No, I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me at all.
Yes,
No, seriously.
I can see that.
Go ahead.
The people that love it are really pissed off because it hasn't come out yet, and the people like me that don't care about it are just sick of hearing about it. And it's like it's never going to live up. It will not. It will not live up to what it is. Never.
I agree.
Let's pull out my headphones.
Oh gosh, Jesus! Calm down. Calm down, dude.
Is that
Calm down, dude.
Like, it's not gonna live up to it, damn it.
It won't! It ain't gonna fucking do it! It's not gonna do it!
It's true.
No, but I don't know, because I have faith in it just because Shadow of the Colossus was able to do something like so powerful for me that I have no doubt that they'll be able to do the same.
With minimal stuff, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know
With
what I mean?
literally a cutscene in the beginning and a cutscene at the end. That's literally the story.
But you wonder why they're taking so long.
Shit happened. There was turmoil with
what they're trying to do. To be honest, they probably had a good chunk of development where they're just like, what the fuck are we even making?
I mean, is it going to be worth it? Is it going to be worth like the amount of extra time taken?
Probably not.
Whoa.
No, probably not.
I'm moving in next to you.
We've got some movement. We've got.
Just scooch over. Oh, you can't scooch over anymore. This is fun.
This is okay. You need a headphone.
Okay, this is going to be
rearranging.
Sorry, guys.
No, this is going to be good. This is going to be good because right after we're done talking about, first of all, Sean, we kind of was talking about PSX, and for whatever reason we just went on this long thing about Shadow of the Colossus.
The Last Guardian, because I said why I was excited for The Last Guardian because of what Shadow of the Colossus did, and then we had
You like being let down.
Shadow of the Colossus was so good.
Was you let down by Shadow of the Colossus, Sean?
No, I mean Shadow of the Colossus is a great game. It's truly a unique game, but it was fluke.
It was
Yeah,
not.
I think it was like Eco or Ico. I think I didn't enjoy that game.
I didn't think that was fun.
I played Shadow before.
I played Shadow recently, actually.
I just beat it today, sitting down one sitting.
That's a great game,
in
but
my
I
mind.
feel like they can't do it again, and I think they know that.
Yeah, I know.
Eco was a good game, but it wasn't Shadow of the Colossus, and then all of a sudden they put this tremendous amount of pressure on themselves, which is why the game keeps getting delayed. The game is being delayed over and over again because the guy is having. You were telling me about it the other day. Like you get anxiety when you create a product that people enjoy because then you have to continuously top yourself. And I feel like he probably thinks he can never top it. Shadow of the Colossus is veered by many. It's one of the best games ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of my top 5 games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's truly a phenomenal game.
Like for me, that was like one of the, probably the first game where like the whole game is art.
Yeah.
Thing came in.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah.
Sorry I had to go, by the way. I really needed to get my
That's
podcast.
fine.
It just got done uploading, and I had to finish editing it.
That's fine. We're almost done, but I want to get. Do you have any predictions for PSX?
I think we absolutely see a name change.
I do too.
I mean, like I said, without a doubt, I think your first one's free.
Tony rebuys Crash and gives it to Bend.
Yeah.
Now, see, like I had this prediction. My prediction was like no way in hell this is gonna happen, but they're gonna announce if Kojima's gonna come out, Guillermo del Toro is gonna come out, like, hey, we're making Silent Hills.
They can't, but I think that would be amazing.
Because Konami owns the IP.
Because Konami owns
Okay, but then Shuhei's like, hey, we bought it.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to buy
they're
it.
like I said, there's no way in hell it's gonna happen, but that was
It's not gonna happen.
Konami has to make
That
a
would be
Silent Hill
cool.
pachinko machine.
VR Silent Hills.
I would. That would be fucking awesome. I think that wild prediction. Kojima is an Sony announces that they purchased Kojima and that he is going his own.
Party?
Yeah, that he's getting his own studio.
Awesome.
That would be Kojima Sony.
Like that would make sense for him because that's
where
he has
he's
the most experience with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's like a wild prediction that I don't think is true, but I mean I think that would be cool. Kojima comes out and is like, I am now the studio runner of Sony Kojima.
Yeah.
For Kojima,
I feel like I heard
oh
something
my
or
goodness.
So,
I feel like I heard.
That's
I'm so
probably like
lucky
the
you can't see the lower half of my body to see my rock hard erection from here.
But
that's like that would be like my favorite like giant crazy prediction. I think that we get dated for VR. I think we get a price for VR at like 250, 200.
And I also think at PSX, No Man's Sky VR.
Yeah, I mean they could definitely announce that. I think that would be the time to announce it.
They would have to. If they, I say if they don't announce it there, it ain't happening.
It's not happening. Yeah. What else? We get more information on Gran Turismo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have to.
Like, I even thought maybe like we won't see like nothing playable, but I could see because the troll last year was the Final Fantasy VII. I can maybe see a little more info on that there.
Yeah, maybe.
Like maybe another trailer or something.
He's
I don't
talking
think they
about
have
the
another trailer.
not the remake.
I think that trailer is the only thing of that game that's built. So
No,
Probably is.
He's
But
talking about the port, not the remake.
No, I am talking about the remake.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Oh.
about the. You said
Yeah,
the
I am
troll
talking
last
about
year.
the remake
yeah.
because my reason of thinking that is because like the troll that the Final Fantasy VII was, so they may try to make up with it with maybe something. You know what I mean?
Trying to think if there's anything else that I think would be crazy.
I
No,
was,
I think
I
that's
was saying I think maybe Zero Dawn or was that it?
Horizon
Be playable.
Zero Dawn.
Horizon
Zero
Zero
Dawn.
Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn might be on the floor. That
Yeah.
demo.
Maybe. I feel like that game wasn't running well at E3 though. And I feel like I heard Colin say that game was like they're like this is what's broken on the game. So unless they like cleaned up that vertical slice.
Yeah, but I think I heard Colin say it looked a hell of a lot better at Paris.
Oh, okay. I was because
They thought it crashed briefly, but
I think that the game gets delayed. I don't think it comes out next year. I think the game gets delayed
No,
in
no.
2017.
What Tom's talking about, I don't think they thought it crashed. I think that was like a little demonstration when he went into like photo mode. He was like, "Crash?"
yeah,
No, actually,
he
you can
thought
do
it crashed. Yeah, he just forgot the schedule of the thing. I think that's where there's
funny.
confusion.
I watched Paris Games Week, but I was like kind of watching it in the background.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think we'll see Uncharted multiplayer, like
Yeah.
actual gameplay.
Yeah.
That'll be on the floor when Uncharted 4.
Yeah, I think those are the big ones. I don't think that we have anything crazy. Maybe they'll announce some shit for the Vita.
I think Ben's. They have to announce Ben's.
Yeah.
According to them, it seems they've been idle for too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my big thing with the first parties of Sony, and like this is where Colin Moriarty from Kind of Funny Games and I don't see eye to eye is he always talks about how exciting it is that we don't know what the first parties of Sony are doing. We don't know what this company's doing. We don't know. And the console's been on the market for fucking 2 years now.
Mhm.
It's actually not fun anymore that we don't know what you're doing.
Right.
That's not cool anymore.
I see both ends
I
of
agree.
it because it depends on the company. Like Bend, what are they gonna do? It ain't gonna be like it has to be a new IP.
It has to be, yeah, unless they're bringing that Safe Filter, which is
That shit's
It's gonna be crashed.
way gone.
Even, but still, just because of the new IP doesn't mean we should at least have seen something or they
Yeah,
tell
we
us
have to
something about it.
I'm
mean,
always, yeah, continue, I'm sorry.
I mean, we can't go be strung along here, with hearing nothing, because a lot of time will lead us to believe, maybe you're working on something, but it's running like shit, or it's not doing well in any kind of testing within the company and whatnot, and there's some issues that making you not want to tell us what it is.
No. I really don't agree with that. I kind of agree with Colin saying, especially with like the third-party support they're getting from like Destiny, Battlefront, Call of Duty. Sony's like, hey, fucking take your time, man. Do your thing. You know what I mean?
I completely see what you're saying.
Like Sony's in the position right now where they really don't need this.
No, I get it, and you are correct, right? But Sony, I buy Sony products because they have the best. They have the best first-party lineup. Period.
100%.
Like, Nintendo has better first-party games, but as far as studios across,
Yeah.
they have an incredible first-party lineup. You're now going to go into your third holiday season, where no, this is the second holiday season with no games. Oh yeah, with no games.
Yeah, you don't count launch.
Your games. Okay, if we don't count
Launch is a little different. You know what I mean?
Technically it is kind of because that's the third is when they're supposed to have their heavy hitters. Like that's where you get Forza and another Forza, second Forza that came out for the system, and Halo.
If you count Horizon.
Ah.
Forza Horizon.
And Halo. Like Xbox is coming out with their, and then next year they have Gears. Where are Sony's games? And I've said, I love my PlayStation.
Like, I can see
at some point, what the fuck are you doing? It's not funny anymore. It's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not mystical.
I agree with that. I think
it's at the point where like, show me something. Stop missing your dates.
because I think a lot of games are getting hyped up too early.
Yeah,
And there's an argument to that, but I think it gets to a point where when you haven't released something for 2-3 years, it's like
Or 4 or 5.
Just just finally tell us what you do.
Yeah.
It's got past the point of being a surprise. It's now just like, what
You're
are
annoying.
you doing?
Yeah.
It's tedious. It's tedious. And to your point, I agree that it's PlayStation needs to do something because this is like you said, this year Xbox had Halo, Forza 6, and Gears remaster, right? Last year they had Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 2, and so they're like bringing heavy hitters every year. You know, they're
it's not doing anything for them because they're still getting trampled by PlayStation.
Right.
So I mean,
But like as far as like gamer mindshare, like the gamers,
That's what I mean.
Their hardcore games are coming out.
Yeah, but even with the gamer mindset, it's obviously not transitioning to anything.
I'm not saying that Sony needs to do it to help sales. That's not.
Yeah, I understand because you're like, I'm done waiting. I want to see this shit. You know what I mean?
Sony needs to do it so that I don't go into another holiday season being like, well, in April we got that game coming out, and then maybe a holiday game will actually hit its release date. Because I seriously don't think that Horizon comes out and is their fall game next year.
Well, at least Sony had the mind, set, say, you know what, we can see that the winter is is looking a little bare here. The fall and winter is looking bare, and so they aligned themselves with companies that they were kind of the lead on, like they're the lead on Battlefront, they're the lead on Call of Duty. So at least they had the mindset saying, you know what, let's get in there so that we have some kind of advantage over top of Xbox. And it's really not taking much. I mean, obviously, Halo and whatnot just came out, but I mean, at least they're still trying. They're not just letting it go with nothing at all. Just it's a barren landscape of no releases at all.
Yeah, and like I said, I like if Microsoft doesn't sell more than them this month and December, and they never will. And
it's
like this is heavy hitters going up against like nothing.
I think they might do it. Like as far as console sales, they might sell more than Sony, but I don't think it's gonna be. If they do it, it ain't gonna be much. Like for whatever reason, this fucking console is fucking going crazy right now.
It's because, and I think this is where like the big deal is. I read an article recently. That people are saying like the shooters fans, like the community shooters players are going over to PS4, and they did because the controller is designed well this year. They got the Call of Duty license. They got the Battlefront license. They got the Destiny license. And you see this large community. Like they are ahead by a lot. And it almost makes me think that a lot of the shooter fans that were on 360 last year just jumped boat. Because the console was cheaper.
Yep.
It had Call of Duty. It had Destiny.
Came out earlier.
It came out earlier.
I used to be on 360.
So did I. I was a 360 kid too. And I had a PS3, but I only used it for Uncharted and The Last of Us. But like, I feel like whoever gets that shooter community... I played Resistance, but it's not one of those ones I mentioned. It's a great game. It's a great game.
Like I like Resistance more for the story.
Yeah.
The whole. But you said something that I didn't realize until today. How much of a piece of shit that DualShock 3 was.
Oh, it's terrible.
It was terrible, especially for shooters. It was terrible.
Playing Shadow of the Colossus, holding that fucking thing after getting a launch PS4, having like 2 years with the DualShock 4. I'm like, fuck this controller.
It's like going from filet mignon to cheeseburger.
Oh, it is.
And a bad cheeseburger.
Well, because I never had a PS3, but I used friends' ones, whatever, and I found long stints, because I've got quite big hands, long stints. Like, you couldn't hold it for longer than 3 hours. You'd have to take a half-an-hour break or whatever. Yeah. This one, well, it's the battery that kills it, but you can sit there for a long time. You can actually
open up the controller and unplug the light bar, and it gives it 6 more hours of battery.
Really?
Which is what I've done on
that was one of the coolest things. Is I played Shadow of the Colossus, I beat today, for a little under 7 hours, and not once did that fucking thing battery low. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's nice about it.
But I'm always interested in the market, and I look at the way the market is going and how badly Xbox is getting trampled. And like Xbox is still ahead of Xbox 360 sales, and you can spin it any way you want. They are a successful company. They're doing very well, but they are not going to catch PlayStation at this rate. And I wonder if that community, that hardcore shooter community, moved over. And they were like,
oh, absolutely.
It has to do with them shooting themselves in their own foot.
Oh, Xbox did everything wrong for the first 2 years, and now they're doing everything right. But
but it's too.
Can you undo that damage?
Too late now. It's too late.
But like I said, I'm not worried about PlayStation in the market. PlayStation's not going to struggle. It's going to. I just hope that they don't get false, like they don't get like into this mindset that they were in the PlayStation 2, where they're like, "Fuck you, we're PlayStation. We'll do whatever we want. We'll release our system for $900, and you have to stand in line and have an Asian man punch you in a butthole for 4 hours before you buy it. They'll do whatever we say. We're PlayStation."
Yeah, I bought that fucking thing. So it's about a year after, but I bought it for $600.
So did I. But I hope that doesn't happen, because they need to continue to listen to their fans. And I don't care how the PlayStation does on the market. I'm not happy with the fact that I have played 3 titles that are like made by PlayStation since the game came out. Like, they're really exclusives. Like, you have your Infamous. There's more than that, obviously, but like Uncharted misses its window, and I was a little upset about that. I'm going, I really don't have any. It's thank God Fallout is coming out. Otherwise, I would just be playing Destiny the entire year.
Yeah, I don't think there's one game I don't think that there's a game. I can't really think of a game that I've played that's been exclusive to PlayStation.
Bloodborne
is the best game.
Bloodborne, yeah.
Gets my game of the year.
Resogun.
Resogun's good.
Yeah, Resogun. No,
I'd be fine
about it, but I was like, okay, I played it for a few hours. I was like, yeah,
I got the platinum in that, but I would have been fine if I never played that game.
That subtle flex, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know. I look at the lineup for PlayStation, and I think that your Bloodborne is your strongest title. It's come from your studios by a mile. Everything else, my experience wouldn't really be any different if I played on Xbox.
Rocket League was another good one.
Yeah, I didn't play it.
You didn't get into it, but Rocket League's another one.
Came out at a terrible time for me.
Well, you're also a piece of shit, Sean.
Yeah, well, I was at Comic-Con when it came out, and then I came back and everybody was good at it, and I was like, fuck this.
Would you get in the beta?
No, I didn't play. I was busy playing stuff. Destiny, probably.
Yeah, 1,400 hours would do that to you.
Yeah.
But
you know what route I'm taking? The reason why I'm not buying an Xbox, because I have nothing against Microsoft and Xbox. I mean, I had 360 last time, but my thing is like, you know, I'm getting more into the PC space. I'm interested more in playing PC games, so I'm looking into building a gaming PC, and so there's a lot of Xbox One games that come to PC. So I would rather go that route than actually buy an Xbox One. So, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at in the whole thing. Like, why I don't have, like, 2 consoles. You know, why I don't see the need. And, like, I've never been a huge Halo fan. I like Halo. I played, yeah, Halo's, you know, says okay. And that's one of the things, like, they kind of kept some shooter fans. Is because the hardcore shooter fans stayed with Halo.
Yeah.
But the rest, like, you know, and Call of Duty guys, I mean, they had no problem just jumping ship and going over.
That's what I wanted. You said you're an Xbox guy, and you play a lot of shooters, just like I do. Now, I moved over because of Greg and Colin. But why did you move from 360 to PS4? Was it because it came out first?
Oh, I didn't move. I had both of them.
You did have both of them. But you were primarily Xbox?
No, I was primarily PlayStation.
So
I had the PS3 first, and then bought a 360 a couple years later.
So I can answer that question because I was Xbox 360. I jumped because it was cheaper, and the launch the launch marketing for Xbox where they were like, yeah, we're gonna lock everything down, we're doing all this. I was like, no, I'm gone. I'm going PlayStation.
That's fascinating. They fucked themselves so bad,
man.
And there will never be another moment like this in gaming history where somebody comes up and cleans up like Sony did when they went on that conference, and they were like, hey. Well, so here what we're gonna do is you could buy whatever you want, play whatever you want, trade whatever you want, share whatever you want. Oh, by the way, that $500 price, that's adorable. Yeah. We're launching at $399. I'll never forget when he said $399, and I was like, oh.
Also, look at our console with the we were discussing this because I brought my PlayStation across, so I brought my PlayStation with me. I was like, if I had an Xbox, I wouldn't be able to do it. Because it's like the power bricks on the outside. It's just like it's crazy. Like look at the PlayStation. It's a sleek, beautiful console with a power brick inside, and it's a HDMI cable, normal HDMI cable, normal headphone jack in your headphones.
Yep, and rechargeable battery on your controller.
Yeah.
Xbox still comes with a AA fucking battery set. Are you fucking kidding me?
And even the Elite, don't you have to buy an adapter for that fucking thing? That's fucking crazy. A controller costs $150 fucking dollars.
I look at that and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I do the same thing with Nintendo, where I look at Nintendo, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? But I look at them and I'm like, you guys know how this works, right? Like, what in God's name are you doing? How the fuck is this happening?
Well, that's the thing.
I
They
honestly don't
fixed
think
all the-
Nintendo does know how it works.
I really
No,
don't think
they
Nintendo
don't.
knows how it works either.
But Xbox have
But you know,
fixed their software
X's gonna
now.
give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna
They
give-
fixed their software now, but their hardware they can't fix. The headphone jack's the killer thing.
That's hilarious.
That's so funny. Like you've still got the proprietary.
Their
headphone
UI
jack.
also looks like it was designed by NASCAR. I'm like, here's Skype and fucking Subway and Wonder Bread. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how do I gotta install the game? It's gonna take an hour? I could walk to the store and buy it for PS4 and it'll only take like
Not to
10
mention
minutes
frame
to
lag.
install.
Most games I play around people's houses, there's major frame lag on Xbox. And
Yeah.
you're like, what is going on?
I always look at that, like I said, I look at that console as like the biggest. It's the same thing that happened to PlayStation.
Yeah,
though.
PlayStation, yeah, it's like the reverse.
PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was like the
PS3
reverse.
came out and it's like, hey, blah blah blah. It was like, whoa.
I just wonder. I always wonder how certain decisions get past marketing, where they're like, "Yeah, all right, that's fine." Like,
Sounds good to me.
I think Microsoft maybe got them Sony muscles. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think so too. And like, Microsoft was always on a company that was like that. Like, it was funny because, and this is this is why they were successful, and this is why they hurt themselves this generation. Like, they were the guys who were figuring it out before everybody else was. They were like, you know what? We're gonna put a fucking Ethernet port on the back of our Xbox. Xbox One. Xbox original, sorry. Also the name, another thing. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Also, the
We're gonna-
Xbox One.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to take the Xbox original and we're going to put an Ethernet port natively on the back of it. Genius. We're going to take this system, we're going to implement an achievement system where we will achieve you fake points for playing video games. Genius. Both of those were fucking stellar ideas.
Mhm.
And then they just kind of figured, like, hey, we'll try to push this always online stuff. And then Sony just fucked them so hard because they just came out and they were like totally against it. And
See,
they
like, yeah.
took every gamer's brain and they were like, "This is what the guys are thinking. Let's go say it."
See,
Well, Microsoft was kind of a company that they got a little cocky, is what it was. They trounced Sony more or less.
Not
Last
really,
generation.
no,
So it's-
really,
it's-
no.
you know, what-
Not-
you know,
not
what- yeah, well,
worldwide,
Sony caught up with them, but either way, they trounced them. And so they did,
Okay,
this
yeah.
generation they come up and they're like, you know what, we can push anything out we want to. Our core audience is going to come with us. And
See-
that wasn't so. Sony came out and showed something better and said, hey, come on over to us. We have this, we're doing this, it's cheaper. So on and so forth, and all the features. And so they got shown that they can't just rest on their laurels.
See, do you think, like, this popped in my head, like that there was a always online thing or whatever. If you look at what Xbox doing now, where like pretty much every game is also being on PC, do you think that was something they was doing to look ahead,
Yeah, I think
doing
so,
this
probably.
type of thing? You know what they're doing now with like, you could also play it on Windows.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird call to me. I don't get
It
why
is
they
a
do
weird
that.
call.
But I do trust that Microsoft is a bunch of smart fucking guys, and like, I really think that I think that they had a vision for the Xbox that they just had to scrap. Like, this is not the console they wanted to release. If they could go back in time, they would do it completely different.
Yeah.
And they kind of just gotta work with, like, the framework for this stuff gets laid out so far in advance. It's like the same thing, like, and like I know that Colin and Greg always say this too, but like, so I don't want to repeat them, but like, people who are like, oh, Sony did that on purpose, they undercut them. I'm like, yeah, they made one phone call and they were like, she was like, yo, I'm dropping the price to $399.
Yeah, in
Let's get
half an
these
hour.
bitches. Yeah, you know nothing about how the way the industry works. Like, everyone has that
they made a decision way in advance to drop that camera
Months.
out
Yeah,
that
months.
box.
And you could see the relic of it in the controller. We still have the fucking light bar in our controller for no reason. And it was a great call. And it lowered the price of their console, and they were able to ship their consoles faster because they didn't have to worry about the camera.
And then at least beginning with the
one sold
camera,
out?
Yeah.
at least beginning with the camera, they couldn't keep that thing on shelves.
No.
It's like
You know what I
gold
mean?
dust. It still is quite hard to. Second hand, you can't buy them.
No,
'Cause
I have
people-
one.
I've got
I
one,
got one.
but they're not that easy to get.
I always look at it like, with hindsight, if they just if Xbox, instead of invested to always online, made like like really focused hard on like having the dopest streaming in like native streaming setup and having like a really great one, that would have been the thing that like really would have set them apart. And then like, look how easy it is. You can put a green screen, and we have a program that takes a green screen out. You can do all these features with only on Xbox. I'm like, because streaming really took off after it was native on consoles. Everybody can stream now, and like, you know, it kind of it doesn't look the best coming out of a PlayStation camera, but it looks fucking pretty good. And if you're entertaining, people will watch. And like, I feel like if they had doubled down on Microsoft and done that instead, because they did launch with Twitch first and stuff. So like, but they went the other way and they were like, no, we're gonna always be online. You can't share your games with your friend, and fuck you, we're Microsoft. We'll do everything we want. It's like they called Sony from 2006 and like, yo, what are you doing? All right, we're gonna do it just like that.
Yep.
But now I wonder if they can ever recover. Because I think that Sony would make that mistake twice.
I think this next 2-3 months is going to be the test, isn't it? If
Yeah.
they can't do it now, they're never going to do it.
And Nintendo's largely irrelevant.
But
Nintendo's.
even if they pull ahead, they're just gonna fall back behind.
Yeah, because
I
at the end
think
of the day,
that-
those exclusives will run out, and Sony has proved that they can catch Microsoft in a worldwide race, and
Yeah.
Microsoft will never sell in Japan.
Nope.
It will
Even if
never sell in
PlayStation.
the Asian market.
Well, even
Yeah.
in Europe, Sony dominates in
No,
Europe. also.
that's like the big thing that kind of pushed PlayStation 3 over 360 was Europe.
Yeah, Europe. I mean, and it's funny because like people look at it, and everybody says that Microsoft trounced PlayStation, and they fucking did for a long time.
In North America.
But even like worldwide, they were still killing them in sales for a long time, for years, and then
Your head start might have had something to do with that.
that's another thing. Like Sony caught them, because you know what? At the end of the day, having a great games lineup will always save you. And at the end, like people can say whatever the fuck they want about PlayStation, but like The Last of Us, Uncharted 3, and like those games that came out really at the tail end of PlayStation, when you really learned how to use it and everybody could develop for it, really did.
They ended strong. Yeah, PlayStation ended strong.
Oh, it ended really strong. Which is why
A W is a W. So,
yeah.
you know.
I mean, they caught them. So that's a draw. Now they're beating them mercilessly into the ground, and they're playing on that nostalgia. They're like, hey, I'll never forget the PlayStation 4 trailer, which is brilliant, where they show you like from the kid has the PlayStation 1 and like he turns around and moves back into the PlayStation 2, and he moves around and turns back into the PlayStation 3, and they like really played up on that. Like you grew up with us. I'm like, fuck me, I did grow up with them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like I was telling him earlier, I made my decision in 1996.
Yeah.
What I was doing.
I'll never forget when I got my first PlayStation. I was 8 years old. I'd been playing video games for 5 years. I had a Super Nintendo that I got when I was 3. My dad brought me in to Toys R Us for my 8th birthday. It was 7 or 8. I'll never forget the day, because he was like, you could have one toy. And I picked out a PlayStation. And he was like, fuck, that's a good toy.
Damn it.
And he's a man of his word. He bought me the PlayStation, and I played the demo for Metal Gear Solid 1 like a million times.
Yeah. PlayStation 1 was my first console as well. My dad's a gamer, and I remember I was sitting in my bedroom. I was 7, and he came in just with it. And me and my brother were sitting there, so he's a year younger than me. And he was just like, "I've got your PlayStation 1," and we were just like, "Shit!" We played Tomb Raider and
Medieval? That was a game I played a lot.
what else did it come with? I can't remember. Tomb Raider's the one I remember.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Tomb Raider as a kid.
I moved away from them in the PlayStation when the PlayStation 3 came out, because Sony was making decisions I could no longer support.
Well, and it was delayed. And
Yeah.
It was too expensive. It was
really expensive.
It was a complete reverse of this generation.
Yeah, it was really like, but I came back, and like PlayStation's my roots, and they always will be. I'll always be like,
Sorry.
I can't hear anything.
You're talking anyway. You're good.
Metal Gear is always the game
wise across.
that set me on my path, and I played that on PlayStation. I would never had that experience anywhere else.
Yeah, I agree with you with that. 'Cause that, like I talked about before, I kind of following with what Greg Miller was saying when Metal Gear Solid first came out. Like it was something like, oh shit, this is what this can be.
Yep.
Yeah. But I don't know. We're running really long in the JC.
Sorry.
Sean,
No, don't worry.
That's all right.
do you guys want to play a game?
What's the game?
It's a quiz show. We do
All
this
right,
thing.
sure.
It's a quiz show.
Are we a team or are we?
No,
individuals?
you guys are going against each other.
Fuck
Oh,
you,
snap.
Tom.
Yeah, you and Tom are going
I'm
against each
gonna
other.
lose. That's fine.
So
Especially if it's
JC,
recent stuff. I've been off grid for like 3 months.
you're off the hook. You don't have to lose this week.
Okay, that's fine. I'm good with that.
If you
Nah,
lose,
speaking of
Tom,
trouncing,
it's a challenge.
We're not doing it.
Trump's this piece of shit in the Nintendo theme.
Now, see, this is like since like what was it last week was PlayStation 2's 15th birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So these are all PlayStation 2
Blue box.
questions. I didn't even think about that as a question. But I'm gonna give you the rules. This is the quiz show. All right. I ask each one of you 5 questions each. If one player gets it wrong, the other player gets a chance to steal. Okay. Get 1 point for each one right. For each one right. If no one gets it right, no points are rewarded.
Right, the cat's doing something.
Let's see here.
She's cool. She's just
Look
licking her,
at-
she's just licking her twat.
You also get 1 lifeline.
All
So,
right.
I mean,
Can I call Greg Miller?
if you wanted to.
Can I
It's
call
only
Colin
24 hours
Moriarty?
straight.
Actually, I have his
It's
number.
only 24 hours straight.
Like,
Oh. No, I
That-
don't
that-
have Colin's. I have Nick's number.
that's not really the lifeline I was talking about. If you wanted to, I'm sure they're busy right now. Doing the extra life shit, but the
No,
lifeline
they're
is
doing
like you pick your lifeline. I give you 3 answers. One of them's right. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Now, if there's a tie, there's an overtime question.
Sounds good.
In overtime, you can't use your lifeline if you save it. But the way overtime works, the first person to say their name gets the answer first. Then it goes back and forth
Oh, God.
until there's a correct answer. So who wants the first question?
You can squeeze it.
I'll take it.
He'll have it. I'm gonna
Okay.
lose anyway, so we're good.
Okay. First question is for Sean. Brian, you keeping score?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. The creator of this survival horror game, originally released on Nintendo's GameCube, said he would cut his own head off before it came on a different console. What game is that, Sean?
Resident Evil 4?
That is correct.
I'm definitely gonna lose this. I'm gonna put it.
I
on
knew that question. As soon as he said it, I was hoping you weren't looking for the name of the Japanese guy.
No. But okay.
I'm way too small.
Tom, I'm gonna read the back of a box of a game.
Oh dear.
You tell me what it is. Rival nations are secretly developing weapons that could threaten the future of mankind. Deep in the jungle, an elite soldier must combine stealth and survival to infiltrate the enemy and stop a weapon of mass destruction from triggering the largest full-scale war the world has ever seen. Go behind enemy lines in this riveting story of peace. Remember, it's the PlayStation 2.
I know it.
I don't know. I can't even think.
You-
My
you-
brain is not a good activity. I'm working for 9 hours today.
Remember, you got a lifeline.
Fuck. I'm not gonna use it. I'm just gonna pass it. I don't know. I'm not gonna waste my lifeline on question 1. He knows it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Sean.
lose. So we'll just.
Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater.
That is correct.
There you go.
Bob,
I knew
hold
it
on
as
now.
soon as you said it, finished saying Rival Nations, because I've read the back of that box like a million times.
All right, so Sean, Bob has done this to me multiple times. He fucks me over in the question. So on the very first time we played this game, he it was about logos or something like that, or he asked me about slogans. He asked me about the GameStop
No,
slogan.
that wasn't
I
the
was-
first question. It was not the
Hold on,
first question.
I was playing against a person who worked for fucking GameStop.
Power to the players.
Yes.
And so when next game he did Nintendo stuff, and I played against Juan, who's the biggest fucking Nintendo fanboy in the world, and so he'll set you up. And so I don't know why he asked that, because he knew you would get it because you're the biggest Metal Gear fan in the world. I mean,
I got the first question too. That was
did?
not as necessary.
You did. You
The
did.
game
You
ended up
did.
coming to PlayStation 2.
Uh-huh.
Which
Yep.
is-
No, see, and the thing is, like, with the power to the player question, that was like the third question. That wasn't supposed to be your question. I actually switched it up so I wouldn't give it to Jordan for his question.
That was fucking hilarious.
So
dude.
I was trying to help you.
He was helping you out.
He asked the question, and the guy's like, "That's the company that signs my paycheck."
Yeah. But okay, Sean. This is part 2 on the question 2. How big were the stock How much memory do the stock PlayStation 2 memory cards have?
512
Oh, I
MB.
fucking know that one. That's a shitter. Yeah,
That is
it's definitely right.
incorrect.
Oh,
Is it
it
not?
isn't?
What?
256
No,
megabytes.
you only get
Oh.
one answer.
Whoops.
Well, it's gonna
That's
be
a-
half, isn't it? It's not. It's not gonna be.
What is the stock
Definitely wasn't-
PlayStation
it
2
definitely
memory
wasn't a
cards?
gig,
How much
was it?
memory did they have?
I'm not telling you.
Well, it's 256. It's got to be half. It's got to be the half of the 512. So yeah, it's got to be 256. It's got to be. It's got to be.
8 megabytes.
Yeah.
So, hold on,
Yeah.
like, are we talking like?
It's kilobytes, right?
No, 8 megabytes. I don't know how many kilobytes are in 8 megabytes. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember it now.
It's 8 megabytes.
Yep. Sorry about that. I
many-
did know that.
How many kilobytes that is, I have no idea.
Like
Yeah.
8,000 something.
Yeah, we're not right. I had a 512 megabyte card.
Holy crap,
Yeah,
man! You must have been.
I did.
I only had one memory
Yeah.
card my whole PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
It
me
was a
too.
red Mad Catz one.
Oh no, actually I had two. I had two 512s.
I had a red and blue. Yeah.
My brother had one and I had one. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why we both
So-
took 512.
Yeah. That's funny. We both went to the same place.
Yeah.
It was 8, and I can see the 8 on it in a gray
Yeah, the-
PlayStation one now.
No,
Yeah,
the
it's the
PlayStation
one-
2.
that's the
The
one I had.
PlayStation 2 was black and had that blue 8 megabytes.
Okay. Okay. You're right.
So
No.
no points, Brian.
We were flying high when we were
Yeah.
when we were.
We were fucking-
our memory
we
cards.
were
We were the
rich kids.
kings.
Yeah. What is deleting me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, losing my childhood memories.
Okay, Tom, your question.
Go on.
What was the name of the PlayStation 2 CPU?
Okay.
I didn't care about that when I was old. I can't remember. I wouldn't know.
Sean?
Let me use my lifeline here.
You got CryEngine, Emotion Engine, or Unreal Engine?
What was the first two? It's not Unreal.
It's CryEngine or
CryEngine, Emotion Engine, Unreal Engine.
I feel like it's. I'm gonna.
Did you say a motion engine?
Yes, I did.
I'm gonna go CryEngine.
I think
I've
it's.
never heard
I
that
think
from
it's.
the
I
other
think it's the middle one because.
It's the Emotion
The
Engine.
Emotion-
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought it would
I
be.
didn't know
The
that.
only reason I think that is because I don't think it'd be CryEngine or Unreal Engine.
I know
it's
I'd
Crytek.
remember that.
Oh, is that Crytek? I had never
Yeah.
heard that. I didn't know Crytek's the name of
But that's what it was. But no, it was the Emotion Engine.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I would have remembered it if it was the other two.
I was like, man, that sounds cool. I hope it's PlayStation's.
Yeah. So Sean's up 2-0. Now, Sean, your first question, your third question here.
Cool.
The Metal Gear Solid 2 demo came with this Konami mech game.
He's always going to win the Metal Gear question.
It's not a Metal Gear question. I know it's the tanker mission, and I can't remember if it's Zone of the Enders or...
You know everything Metal Gear related.
I know,
Even
I can tell
slightly
you the
related.
mission, I can tell you the first 15 words he says.
Mm-hmm.
Hudson River, 2 years ago. I don't know how many years it was. But he starts out with saying Hudson River. And he's in camo, and he jumps over, and the rain, when he hits the thing, the camo explodes.
Then his poncho thing flies off.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. God, David Hayter. Sleep.
And, Henry Williams, or whatever that score you put in that he stole.
I think it's Zone of the Enders.
That's your final answer.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
That is correct.
Well,
Okay.
3-0.
you would at the start. So at least I didn't. At least I wasn't cocky.
That's a
about
good point.
it. Yeah, I admitted defeat before I began. I know where I stand.
Now, Tom,
Hello.
what was the name of the motion detection camera released for the PlayStation 2?
It was the eye, wasn't it?
Was it?
What have you broken? Was it the eye? It was the eye toy, wasn't it? Yeah.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
I told you that is correct. You got a
Fucking
point.
know that one.
Good, that's good.
I remember I had one, and you had the window cleaning thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking
With the bubbles on it.
That's funny.
Oh, that's funny.
So
The eye toy. Wow.
it's 3-1.
3-1. I'll take 3-1.
Sean,
Stop there.
this Sony Computer Entertainment Europe multiplayer trivia game made its debut on PlayStation 4 with 4 unique controllers.
Well, I know what this is.
Buzz.
Oh, fuck.
That is correct.
Yeah, it's
4-1.
I do have pretty good PlayStation knowledge, not encyclopedic.
No.
Tom, what was the subtitle to the PlayStation 2's much darker Twisted Metal game? Twisted Metal what?
Oh, I know it.
Can I have my lifeline, please?
Red, black, orange. Darker. Red, black, or orange?
I never played it.
Darker.
I don't know. I don't want to say anything now because you're
Darker.
laughing.
Yeah, we're
Like
not
it's
gonna
gonna be
laugh.
something
We're
stupid.
not gonna laugh.
I don't know it. I don't know.
I gave you
Just
3
guess from the
choices.
3.
Pick one. Red, black, or orange?
Black.
Yep.
Correct.
You're correct.
Darker.
Twisted Metal Black.
Yes.
It will give you fucking nightmares.
Yeah.
We just watched. I just watched a Twisted Metal recap video like an hour before we did this. So
Okay, Sean, you pretty much won this game.
good.
We're going to continue on. The PlayStation 2 was released in what year?
2000.
That is correct. Now, Tom, in 2001, this beloved racing sim made its debut on PlayStation 2.
I'm gonna assume.
You're gonna be wrong when you assume.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What you're gonna say is right. I know what you're gonna say is right.
Gran Turismo, I'm gonna assume.
Gran Turismo, which number?
I wasn't going to count that, but
His debut.
No, it's Gran Turismo 3.
Gran Turismo 3 what?
Debuting on the PlayStation 2. Go ahead.
Gran Turismo 3 what?
A-Spec.
Oh fuck! What was it called?
It wasn't A-Spec. Gran Turismo 3
I think I had this.
prototype.
No, it was A-Spec.
Gran
Oh,
Turismo
was it
3
A-Spec?
Forza.
Oh, good call. Yeah. I thought that was the one that came out on PS3.
No, they did something like that. It was weird.
Oh,
Now, just for shits and giggles, first person to answer gets nothing. So it don't matter. What was the slogan for the PlayStation 2?
Play it.
No. Hold on.
Such a good slogan.
Live in your world, playing ours.
It is correct, and it's such a good slogan.
Yeah.
Live in your world, playing ours.
I was like, holy shit! If I get this wrong, I'm gonna be fucking furious at myself.
But
Well done. That's impressive.
Sean won.
Yeah,
That was fun. That was fun.
Thank you. I like it.
Especially darker. That was hilarious.
Yeah, he
Darker.
was like emphasizing darker, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I kept saying darker.
But
Red,
that
black,
put more
or-
pressure on because it was like I feel like I can't get this wrong now.
Nah.
I was like, it's got to be black. I was like,
Black
oh
or
dear.
darker.
I played almost every game that came out on PlayStation 2 that
But
was held by
I-
a blockbuster.
I even played the 989 Studio ones,
Yeah, of course.
which are fucking horrible.
Yeah.
They put Rob Zombie in that game.
Oh
The
yeah.
one.
they did.
Jesus.
You guys should go on Smosh and look at honest game trailers for Twisted Metal. That's what I watched right before I got on here.
And the
It's
Counter
really
Strike
funny.
one. I enjoyed the Counter
Counter Strike
one.
one's really good. Everybody knows you run faster than Knife.
But you don't. You run
You run
faster with a Scout.
I learned.
Counter Strike fan. Big Counter Strike.
Well,
Cinnamon
That-
challenge to end it.
No.
yeah.
I was gonna throw it. I'm glad you didn't.
That's how we end the show with a little quiz. So
I like that.
it was thank you. It was great having you guys on. This is gonna be like a 5-part episode, so you definitely have to worry about coming out 12 hours from now.
Here's a quick question: which was the first console to connect to the internet?
Sega Dreamcast. No.
No.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, I think that Nintendo could.
Nintendo.
Nintendo could. Yeah, because you could.
Yeah,
check
yeah,
stocks.
it was weird. It was weird shit, man. They can get like weather and like horse gambling and shit.
Stocks, yeah. Hey, you know your shit. Not a lot of people know that.
Horse
weird,
gambling.
man.
That's fucking
Yeah, it was
awesome.
fucking weird.
That's awesome. A lot of people don't know that. I watched those. Do you watch Did You Know Gaming? You should watch that entire series on YouTube. They have like 150 videos.
I might
It's
have
really good
to.
stuff.
Do you watch Game Theory? I
love Game Theory. All day. I fucking yeah.
Oh,
I'm supposed to see him at the next PAX actually.
that's cool, man. That's cool
He's
as
a
shit.
fucking- that guy's a genius.
Oh, fuck yeah, he is.
Yeah, everybody go check out Did You Know Gaming extra credits, and of course go to nerdsonline.com for all your nerd culture starting tomorrow, which
Sunday.
you guys can go check out. It's actually
It'll be Sunday.
we launch in 7 hours, so we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
I also have to run Panda Musk through trials.
There you go. There you go.
We're busy. Otherwise,
Panda
it's-
Musk. Is Panda doing something for you?
No, just a friend.
We have Graham Reed doing an intro for us.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, a Panda's just a friend. He's a good guy. He's
Yeah.
done a lot for the companies that I love. So
Oh yeah, no, man. I hear that, man. Like I said, I'm OG when it comes to
yeah,
Reagan
we have
Call
to try to
and
get to McDonald's and get back. All right.
yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah.
But
All right. We're gonna let you
JC,
go.
do your
Thank
thing,
you
man.
guys so
Do your
much.
thing.
Thanks for having us.
I'm at Sean Twisters on Twitter. He's at Tom Hawkins 5. And we are nerds from nerdsonline.com. Check us out. Thank you guys very much for having us. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Good to see you guys all again. Can't wait to see you at PSX, Bob.
Yeah.
Juan,
Yep.
you keep sucking and blowing, you beautiful bastard.
Will do.
Uh,
I wore the
Brian,
shirt just for you.
JC, thank you guys very much. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
you guys having
Yeah.
me.
Thank you all.
Boys. That's an
It was
awesome.
a blast. It was a blast.
Not as awesome as this one.
No, mine's
That's
better.
right.
No, I'm
Fuck
joking.
off.
That's better because I made it.
We own this company.
All right. All right, everybody.
That was a super podcast, man.
Yeah, we'll see. You got let us finish it off though, man.
Man, that's a super
You gotta let guys-
podcast.
You
I
gotta let
thought we
us.
was done. I thought that was it. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, I'm probably going to have to cut it there now.
Hold on. I want to have one more time. No,
Huh?
end it, man. Do it.
Go in it. All right,
Okay,
everybody. That's been Game Chair Conversations. I think we're on episode like 18 now.
I have no idea.
Went long this time.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next 5 episodes.
Yeah, you can catch us on YouTube at Digital Escapist Network, iTunes, Game Chair Conversations, on Twitter, DigiEscapeNet. I'm at JBeast23. Bob, your Spotty Goes Thwip.
That's right.
Juan is Game on Juan, and we will see
Brian
you
is
next
not.
time.
Yep. Peace.